So we start with Mark. So about family, 2 minutes. As keep conversation as long as but I just want you to focus only for one person, only for one person. If there's a time, you can say other person as well, but I think to develop the language deeply and in depth, you should probably describe for one person.
Okay. So I was telling about my mother.
Yes.
Today I'm telling about a story about her, and I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
She, at her generation, even at my generation, many people have the habit of keeping things in the house.
Yeah.
Or for nothing, because they just do not want to give it away or to put in the trash. She likes to keep plastic bags after coming back from the supermarket. She loves to keep all the boxes when we buy anything, and of course sometimes she keeps valuable things, but she likes to keep everything. And I asked her why. She said, "Oh, sometimes you will need it." And actually, we do need, but it's just plastic bag, a used plastic bag.
Yeah. And
then she tended to keep everything. So I have a little house, apartment, and it's really sometimes uncomfortable to see all things here and there around the house.
Yeah, I know.
And I realized that there are something that we forget about its existence. Normally, before tech holiday, we clean the house, decorate, and then we realize, oh, we have this one. We haven't seen it for months. Yeah. So I think about that, and it seems like that those things never exist in the house.
Yeah.
Because if you don't remember about it, if you never use it, if you don't need it, then just like it never existing in your house. So I tell her that if we need the house to be neat, clean, and it's hard to do that if you just keep things in like that, and you will sooner have a collection of rubbish. Of course, she's upset to hear that, and she didn't want to change her habit. And then you know what? A few years ago, when she moved to Incheon to move to the city to stay with me, and at that time I didn't have a house. I rented apartments, and of course, it's easy to change the place because of many reasons. The rent or fee raised. The owner changed their minds not to rent anymore, and I changed my flat like almost 2 times a year. And at the first time she experienced house moving with me, she was determined to keep on the things, bring on the things with her. Okay, if you like. And then the second time she said, "Oh, that's too tired." So I have to think about, I told her, so you think about what really matters and you keep it with you. Okay, she agrees because she's too tired bringing all the things with her. And then at the third or fourth, fifth time, she said, okay, I just keep the important things. And then, that creates a new habit. And now she normally agree with me in keeping the house with the most important things.
Yeah.
So she almost changed her habit. It's very hard to change a habit, a long habit at that age, 70 years old.
Yeah.
sometimes we have to create some situations that support the habit changing.
Yeah.
And now in the house, my wife agrees with me, and my daughter is too small to to argue about that. I am aware of the symbolism. I told her to if I see that her toy, she's fed up with her toys, I then give it away, put it in a trash, bring to the kindergarten and give the kids there. So she has a few toys only.
Yeah,
and
that's great. That's great, man.
And we keep the house clean and neat. So that's my story. Thank you.
Wow, great. Oh yeah. For those, yeah, Mike. That is great. It's hard to break out the habit. You may say change the habit. You can say break out the habit. Yeah, it's yeah.
Good.
Especially if, when it comes to our mom, like old and everything is all set. Like they've been doing things like that for the whole life. So now it's changing. So it needs someone to support the life, habit changing here and then. Yeah. It's time for question. Sonny.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Sonny.
I heard you talk about your mother. I think she's the same. My mother.
Okay.
She always collect all the plastic bag. So, and everything we want to throw away. So she collects again, and she have a warehouse in the fifth floor. So very big, but many things we didn't use in this warehouse.
It's hard to change that habit if you have a big house.
Yes, maybe I have a warehouse in a fifth floor, so
space
or
anything.
Good reason to develop her interest.
Yeah, it's a good way to keep things.
Sometimes we find useful thing in this warehouse, but it's spend a lot of space.
Yeah, it takes up space.
Takes up place. So that's all. I was saying. I want to share about it. I don't have any question.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Takes up much of space.
Yeah, it takes up much of space. All right. Thank you, Sunny. And next, Mia. Can you change the name and to Mia and slash number?
I will ask now, Mike. Yeah, later.
Right. Cam.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Cam.
No, did you marry?
Yes, once.
Of course.
So I have a question for you. So what do you think about the wife character with the mother character? Do they same?
Character.
Personality, I think
Personality.
Characteristic. Personality.
You want me to compare us or what? Compare?
Yeah,
What do you mean about
wife and the mother?
You mean about their relationship?
No, the character.
Okay. They're so different from each other because they are from two different generations. They do not have much in common.
Much in common? Good.
My mother, what is it? They have nothing in common.
Yeah, you can say.
Yeah, they have one thing in common.
Yeah.
Both of them do not like cooking. I'm not a lucky person. I'm not a lucky man. You know, I do admire those who cook well because I'm a good taste.
Yeah, good taster.
But and both of them, they just cook basic things so that we can survive. But they have no interest in cooking, and sometimes I feel upset about that.
We'll go out and eat.
There's only one last. There's just one last lady in the house that I can expect. That's my daughter, but that's
too young.
From that day, she's only 3.5 now. You know, it is. I read in some books that if your wife or any woman who is interested in cooking and who have good taste about cuisine, that have very good taste in bed, about sex. Yes, that is for
Which
young.
article is that? Which article is that? Can you send
I
us?
read a lot about that kind of books. So before.
Wow.
But I didn't pay much attention to that. You know, there are other things to choose.
So now after reading that article, so you say it all makes sense after all.
Homemade?
Makes sense after all.
So I think that makes sense because I have some before that. I have some girlfriends, and some of them have good taste and really love cooking, and
yeah,
they do have good taste in that field. But then when I chose my wife for other reasons. Yeah, so, you know, that's for your information.
Yeah, and for your information, what would you say? What would she say when you say, hey, you can cook and now you cannot do things like that? What would you say? What would you feel? Would that hurt her feelings?
About my wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, my wife's too close now to talk about anything. So I told her, you are not interested in cooking. I know that from the beginning. So I accepted that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Anna.
Hi, Mike. I think our mother, we have the same habit. I like keep some plastic bag. My mom too, and I keep some something old. For long ago, like the pizza, about 10 years ago, she also keep it. And so I think every mom, all mom, have a same habit. Thank you for your story.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Most of our moms are plastic bag collectors. Huh?
Yeah.
And Mia, you have any question now?
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
It seems your mother is more modern than my mom, and she has their own life, and she spent more time, a lot of times for her favorites and hobbies.
Hobbies.
Yeah, and hobbies. and I think that's also like my mom, see all her sadness and happiness revolved around our lives, our about around husband's lives and children lives. And I also tell my mom that she should have spend more time for her own hobbies and more time for her life to enjoy life, her life. And that's your mother also. I mean that's your mother's like to control your life also.
You used to. She used to.
Oh, yeah. So
and that there were big conflicts between me and her.
Oh.
But I just told her I will listen to her and follow if her ideas and her advice is
reasonable,
logical. I pay more attention to logic, and reasonable outcome comes after.
Yeah.
And then now I am in her mind. I'm strong enough so that she forget about controlling me anymore.
Yeah. So
I told her, if you keep telling unreasonable things, I will do whatever I like. I don't listen to that anymore. If you are reasonable, of course, I will listen to it. I will thank you to it. Thanks for that. And then she quit.
Oh, yes.
You know, as long as I know what is reasonable, what is good for her, and I'm doing well my responsibility, so I have nothing to worry about, whatever people say.
Yeah, that's great. But I don't know how to give some advice for my father and for my mom to have
that varies.
Yes,
that varies. It's very hard to give advice or something like that. If I do know well that person, so but just follow your heart. You love your parents, right? So just the things that you think the best for them.
Yeah.
But follow your own heart. If it's true, if you're comfortable with that, if you're happy with that, then you have a balance.
Yeah. But I just want her spending more time for her own favorites and hobbies, not just take care about.
Okay, you good daughter. Huh?
Yeah.
It's a what?
But I can sometimes I can because she also take care of us like we are child, our children, and then all sudden she also there are any reasons for the worry or sad about our lives.
Okay,
I don't. Sometimes I don't know how to give some advice to her to change her mind.
Okay. I think she's happy in paying too much attention to you, a lot of care to you guys.
Yeah.
And you're lucky to have mom like that. But sometimes I know that is quite uncomfortable to have so much of care when we are with our work, right?
Yeah.
So I think if you want her to have more time and pay more her attention to have more time for her interest, then why don't you give her chances to do that? If she likes her to have more time to rest, to go around, maybe she's not young to travel on her own. Then you take her away with you. Okay.
Yeah.
If you want her to do something, just do that with her.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe she feels the joy, and then the second, the third time she might do it on her own.
Yeah,
you have to lead it first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Try
think
it,
good
maybe.
reason. It's good.
Yeah. My mother, she never dreamed of going abroad, but then one day I said, let's go travel abroad, and I took her to Thailand. She said, "Whoa, that's interesting."
Yeah.
And then the next year she went to India with the pagoda team.
You mean last year?
Yeah.
2 years ago. Yes, 1 month there. You know, that's so just it's because they are not young anymore, and it's hard for them to change to try something new. So if you want her to do something, do that with her first. Let her feel the joy. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you, Mike. It's good advice for me.
Okay, hope it works.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Yeah, like to change an entire system, first we change one thing, but that easy. Change one thing that you can do it with her, like going abroad and spend time with each other, because our mom would never dream of going abroad. So this is the chance we give her a chance to go, mom, and then she feels change. Yeah. As long as she feels change, she will change another thing.
Yeah, maybe I spend not enough time for her.
Yeah, you do pay more attention to that.
Yeah. Okay.
But a good chance for you to show her your love to her.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Hey, this is one problem. So like, if when you use the word if, so probably listen. I will not. So I heard you say, I don't listen. Okay, or you can say, I don't want to listen. I don't want to listen. Add the words wanna. Không muốn, chứ không phải chắc chắn. I don't listen to her, như kiểu mà anh đã chắc chắn cố định hết tất cả mọi thứ rồi, nhưng I don't want to listen to her. Nhưng vẫn có khả năng là trong quá khứ mình đã nghe rồi, và nếu chuyện gì đang xảy ra hiện tại ngay bây giờ tao I don't want to listen to her chẳng hạn vậy. Hoặc I will not listen to you when you say unreasonable thinking chẳng hạn như vậy. I will. Okay.